Hello and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. This is Farm Manager World. Now what we're going to be doing here in this first episode of it is just tell you what we're going to be doing for a start off, and also just going through what I find is the best way to start. It gives the best sort of base, best foundation that I've found. It's a strategy that I've sort of adapted from one that was given over in 2021, in Farm Manager World 2021, Farm Manager 21. And essentially you start out really not as a farm, but as a ranch. Now one thing in this, now if I can get the overlay to come up, it'll be great. But basically I'm running this completely in extreme. Okay, so all the settings are on extreme. So it's at the most difficult level. We're only starting with 100 grand. And if we just pull up some of these, that's not good actually. Oh, where the hell are we? Oh. No, I'm in the wrong, completely the wrong one, aren't I? I wonder. So, like, the prices, because this is buying, they're really high. Your selling prices are really low. So you have to make every penny count. Now, it works in a thing called farm tokens. That's the farm manager currency. So we'll just use it as numbers, and I'll probably refer during the series to them being dollars, pounds, God knows what, because I'll get confused and lost, because I always do. So the eventual idea on this, we have 49 parcels. We own this middle one. Our eventual aim is to own all of this, because I mean some of it you get really horrible ills that you can't use. You can't use them for anything. They're completely wasted land. So where we're going to go to first, well, we'll just dive in. Now I do use a trainer on this game, but I use it for one thing, and that's to speed the damn thing up, because quite honestly it is so slow. So very slow. Even at 3 speed 3, it's awful. But let's get going, and I'll show you where we look at. So we're going to pop down, first off, a house for employees. Do all of this in pause mode. It's got a great function, which is planning mode, which is blueprint. I don't need to use that. I've done this. I mean, I've been playing. This is the third iteration of this game. I've played 18. I've played 21. They are still improving. They are still. It's not early access, but it kind of is, because they're still doing bug fixes and patches and whatnot. So we'll pop this small shed down, and then once I can find it, we'll pop the warehouse down. Go to the right place. And we need a barn. Now, because what we're going to have is we're going to have alpaca. So a barn is all we need. We don't actually need a silo yet. We need the warehouse for the wool, because that's what alpaca create. We also need the manure storage. Pop that there. Now we need electricity, as you can see. For some unknown reason, you automatically get electricity to the farm owner's house. But any other buildings, they all need electricity. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop it right in the middle there. So that's covered all 5 buildings. Now, of course, that's right where we want to build this road. Oh no. But it will just very, very nicely, it will be very accommodating and move itself over onto the edge of the road. So that is our basic start. So now we just have to speed it up, and this is where I will use a trainer to actually get it a little bit faster for myself. For you guys, I'll probably skip this bit, if I'm honest. We'll probably just skip straight through it. So you're seeing it like this. Next time you see it, everything will be built. But I'll show you how the trainer works, because I set it to a 50 times speed. And now 1, 2, and 3 don't matter the speed. Everything will be at 50 times speed. So watch this. How quick? So I'll see you when these are built. Okay, so our buildings are built. So we'll come into the house because we need, unlike 21, we need workers in this house. Now I have done some modding on this game. So I have multiplied the size of the warehouse, the barn, and how many people you have in each house. And that's basically because it becomes so very boring and very, very cluttered when you've got to have so many houses, so many warehouses. It's just bollocks, to be honest. And because, despite the clamours of the community, the devs still will not put in the maintenance building that we had in 21. So it becomes an absolute chore. It doesn't become a game, it becomes a bleeding job. I don't know why they won't do it. I don't know if they're sadists or if they're just really fucking lazy. But right, so, yeah, you have skills as well, obviously. So, the person you want in that house, you want them to have this box. That's a shipping skill. So that's what you want for anybody in there, in the logistics, anything like that. Obviously, you want animal person in there. Now, you start out, they have absolutely no skill, but they obviously have passion. So, we're almost there. We have lost a little bit of money, because obviously it's taken a few days. It's funny, these 4 build really quick. That barn takes an absolute age. It really does. Now, in the shed, we can have alpaca, goat. Is that goat? Yeah, goat or sheep. Well, we're going for alpaca. The reason I go for alpaca is their wool is worth an absolute crapload. It really is. And they produce so much. Now we can have up to 10. Now what I tend to do, they do grow quick, They do grow up quick, the animals in here. So we're going to do 5 and 5. Because we don't really want to be spending 7,000 on the animals when we've only got 17.5 in the bank. Because we've got to get food. We've got to pay our employees. Okay? I always do that. I right click, I shouldn't. I'm an idiot. Now, these are the food choices for your animals. So you've got oats, grass, silage, corn, chaff, soy, colza, and straw. Now, what you feed them really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It does not matter. So, because as long as you feed them 4, quality will be 100, current will be 100, they'll be happy, they'll grow quick, they'll produce absolute shed loads of wool, all good. So I go for the cheapest, which is grass, silage, chaff, and straw. So that's what we want. Now, estimated feed 225, we'll basically double that. It won't be double of it. Obviously you've got 5 adults, 5 young. When those become adults, they'll just eat double what they're eating now. But I'll look at it as being 400. The reason I do that is it's nice and easy for the auto trade. So we come into auto trade here. This is the single best tool in the game, without doubt. We search up here. You can't actually buy organic foodstuffs. It will tell you can. Sorry about that. So it will tell you you can buy it, but there'll be nothing on the market. You have to create your own, which I've never done in this game. It's a lot of faffing about. So we want grass, we want silage. What else were we getting? Chaff and straw. And all I've got to do is tick these because I'm saying I'm looking at bringing 400 in. There you go. It's 100 of each. That will solve any food issues. Animals will be happy as Larry. We also want to select alpaca wool, and we want to sell it everything above 0. And there you go. That's it. Sorted. Done. Very nice. So now we'll run again. As you see, we're now down to just over 12 grand. So we'll run this again. See, it's a little hot, well, a hive of activity. Got 2 people. But they're running around trying to sort things out and get things as best they can. Here come our alpaca, which sound amazingly like sheep. Now we need to do resource orders. I don't worry too much about it. I just wait for it to wait for it to come in, So, but in the barn, you can basically down here pick resource. You can do it in the warehouse. Don't think you can do it there, no. Now another thing I do is I take off the liquid manure here because we don't need it. We don't need it selected. They don't produce it. Now up here, we'll have a bar along here which shows various stocks of goods. Well, we want to see what's happening with our wool. So we'll change that to alpaca wool. Down here, we can choose whether we want this to show us income daily, weekly or monthly. Let's go for weekly. And now we just basically let this run until we have enough money to buy another alpaca shed. So that's 18,000. Plus the animals is about another, I'll call it 5. So we need at least 24,000 to buy that. And that's our next step. So I'm going to time lapse this and I'll see you when we're ready for phase 2. Okay, so we're very, very close now. As you will see, during that rather long, drawn out time lapse, look, it's on extreme mode, it ain't gonna be quick, but it's more of a challenge. Quite frankly, if you go on easy mode, you'll have a massive, full functioning farm by the end of 25. It's that simple. So yeah, I've taken that training course, which I'll go back to because it probably went by quite fast. But basically, it's effective task delegation and unlocks an additional worker slot in the owner's house. That's really important. That's pretty much one of the first training courses you should do, because you then get 2 people in here, and these 2 people can obviously move around a lot more stuff than one. And because we're now going to be moving into, I mean, we've got 32 grand now, so now we'll pause the game. We'll now move into putting down another 10 alpaca. Okay, so I kind of go reverse on this a little bit. So we'll change all this to 200. So we're doubling up. Like I say, it just means we've always got a bit of spare. It doesn't really happen, or I've never seen it happen, where you get breakdowns in the logistics chains, where, oh no, all of a sudden I can't get any grass. I mean, grass, it's the most widely grown crop of anywhere in the world. So now again, these all come to me with 0 skill. So why am I going to pay 2,600 against 2,200. Screw it. I'll pay the cheapest price. You know, to me, that's sensible. Yeah. You only want to be paid that much. I'll pay you that much. And now, because of where we are, we can afford to go straight for 10 adults. So now that's what I should have done the first time. So, same food again. All the resource orders are there. We just have to change this resource order. And one other thing as well, in this game, never ever ever worry about going a little bit in debt. It will come up with a warning telling you, oh, you know, you're close to bankruptcy. We'll give you like 3 months. If I was to go into the bed now, it would probably say you've got essentially until the 1st of January to get yourself back into the black. Well, we're producing plenty of wool, and that's all being sold. And because we've actually got some there, I'll just show you the price. There we go. So the current price is 38.87 per kilo, but we can sell it for. So just that little bit there, 24 items of alpaca wool, worth nearly £1,000. And just as to buy that amount of wool is 2,000. So yeah, it more than doubles. That's why I say your buy prices are high, your sell prices are low. So let's crack back on. To be honest, this is probably as far as I'll go in this episode. Although, well, there's an interesting one as well. That's a nice little attention to detail. When we bought the first one, and we got the 5 adults and the 5 young, and obviously, if you remember, they came in just one trailer. I've just bought 10 adults. They've come in 2 trailers. 5 adults, 5 young can fit in the trailer. 10 adults can't. Nice little attention to detail there. Now basically what we're going to do is we're going to stick with the alpaca idea. Okay. So the next thing I want to be looking at is under here in the training. And I want to look at this. Animal husbandry training. It's 8,000. It takes 10 days. But it unlocks the 2nd level chicken coop, pigsty, cow shed and shed. I shouldn't have come out of it there. Apologies. We need, basically you have requirements for all of these. Okay. For every training course you have requirements you have to meet. Have 15 farm animals. Well, we've got 20. So now we can look at doing that. But obviously we need to make the money first. We have to have that money coming in. And now, oh, we're pretty much set now. We're in a really, really good place. Because these guys are all producing. I don't actually know how much they produce in a month. I don't know their production numbers. It's not something I've ever actually looked into. Because it's a bit of a case of, like, well, you know, they're producing plenty. Now, I have in the past gone to the point where it did become really silly. And I had 4 of the large alpaca. My God, we were producing so much we couldn't sell it all. I think I ended up with 4 logistics buildings, and each logistics building has 2 trucks, and they can pick up loads of stuff. And there was just like thousands of alpaca wool. Plus I had 4 large cows. Thousands of milk. I mean, I'm not just talking like a couple of thousand. I'm talking 15, 20,000 milk. I was constantly being harassed. No, it's going to run out in 3 days. Oh, God. And I ended up with about 4 cheese productions. But again, that was on an easier difficulty. So, here's the manure, and we've got about 1200 manure. Manure is important because when we go into fields and crop production, fields become really, really important. Or sort of manure, rather, becomes really important because it's a fertilizer. It's a natural fertilizer. It is a free byproduct of the animals we have. It's totally free. So build it up. Keep as much as you can, because then you don't spend so much on chemical fertilizer. Let's go to here, agrochemicals, okay? pH, nitrogen. There it is, chemical fertilizer. 2180 per unit. So £2 just for 100 chemical fertilizer. And this is free. So why would you not use it? That's a mistake I made when I very first was playing this game. What do I need? Cow poop, alpaca poop, sheep poop, whatever. Get rid of it, sell it. It's another product we can sell. Stupid. Really, really stupid. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it. I mean, it sells for bugger all anyway. So, now we've got 18 grand in the bank. So, we'll go now and do this training. 8,000 farm tokens, dollars, pounds, yen, krona, whatever. Now, as I've said because this is going to be coming out on Wednesday. So this week there's already been gold mining sim on Monday, FS22 on Tuesday, this on Wednesday. There'll be an episode on a new series on Lumberjack's Dynasty, that will be Friday. And in my previous videos I've said that I was going to do Astrox Imperium. I will get to that. But I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do another game, a different game, which has got some bugs. It is still early access, but they've got a fabulous roadmap of where they want to be and what they want to do, and it is absolutely bloody awesome. So we're going to be doing a series on that, and that is a game called Ships at Sea. It's from the people that did Fishing Barents Sea and Fishing North Atlantic, which I have both of them and have played them extensively. And just to give you an idea of where we're looking at, okay, now FS22, I've probably got a couple of thousand, several thousand hours on it. Gold Mining Simulator, I've got 1200 hours on. This game here, Farm Manager World, I actually only have 136 hours on it. Lumberjack's Dynasty, which we're also doing the series on, as I say, I've got 183 hours on that. Ships at Sea, I've got 73 hours. I really have not played that very much. Compared to Fishing North Atlantic, I've got about 650 hours on PC. I've also got that game on my PS4, and I've probably got about 100 hours on the PS4 as well. And I got it basically on PS4 because at one point my PC just gave up the ghost and wouldn't really do anything until I did some fettling with it and managed somehow to fix it. It was doing a very strange shutdown, well not shutdown but lock up, and it was really fucking weird, and I just thought, you know what, I've had enough of this. So I got some games on the PS4 and fuck it. Now, the next thing after this that we want to, or animal wise, that we're going to want is this one. This is not cheap, okay, because we've got to upgrade the house to medium. We've got to have 2 medium sheds. Now to upgrade to a medium house, 50 grand. To get the medium shed, it's down here somewhere. No, that's a small shed. What's the medium shed? There it is. That's 24,000. Currently have 29,000. That also needs 2 staff. So we're currently on 30 grand, really, just to get one. I mean, I'm not too concerned about the animals because we've got the animals here. You can actually have 24 animals in the medium shed, if I think I'm right. In fact, I'm sure I'm right. God, I've got 130 hours. You'd think I'd know by now. But yes, I'm pretty sure the medium shed. Yeah, so I'm just checking some notes. Yes, you have 24 livestock possible in there. So what we can do, well, we can't now because at the moment we're only on 23,000. So we've just got to let that money build up. Now the reason we dropped, obviously, we changed the month. So we had to pay out wages. We've got 4 staff. That's probably somewhere around 10,000 just for that. And now the snow is coming, we're moving into winter. And one nice part of this game, you can play through winter if you want. Or you can actually skip winter. It will come up down here where my mouse cursor is. So these are your times, so pause 1, 2, 3. It will come up with a 4th one, a 5th one, a 4th time scale, like a 5th time scale. Depends if you class pause as a time scale, I suppose. And that number 4 or 5 will look like a not a play button, but it's a play with another. Yeah, it's got a line down at the end of the. So that you got the play, and it's got a line there. That's to skip to the end of winter. And as long as you're not doing any field work, you can skip, and you skip all the way through to the beginning of March. But you won't be doing it blind. Okay, what it does is it will actually show you and tell you, right, this is how much you're going to make over these 3 months, 4 months, which is a really nice feature. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to buy the medium shed, and then we've got quite a lot of fannying about to do. We really have. It becomes a logistical nightmare, this bit. Just for a brief moment, but it does become a logistical nightmare. Now I don't really care where I'm putting these at the moment, because once we've got those 2, we'll be then working on doing the large sheds. Then the large sheds will be going where I want the final placement. And then all good, all happy, lovely. Okay, so we'll just pop this down. This is 24 grand. But that's all it's going to cost us. Okay, that's all it's going to cost. wait for these guys to finish working. And then we have our medium shed. Now we come into here, manage them, move them into the medium shed. Now we've got to be fairly fast. They can survive for a bit, to be fair. Move. Now we have to choose medium shed, move them. Now we'll pause it for a moment. Because we're going to go boom. Oh, please delete. Oh, you vicious bastard. Yeah, sometimes it will cock about sometimes, and it's extremely annoying. So now we're saying, right, we want you to have that food. Right, finally. Now we should be able... Shall I just sack the arsehole and bring in something new? Because they seem to be very not interested. And yes, it is this idiot. You know, he's walked down, he's seen he's got nowhere to work. And he's like, oh, I don't know. Now, probably somebody will say that's offensive. Now that is obviously, what that's actually done, we got like, what, 27,000? 28,000 for those two buildings? Oh, it only cost us 24 grand to build this. So we actually, it's so weird, we actually made a profit by doing that. We're now at 43 grand. I'm not going to buy the next one yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait, speed up time. I'm going to wait until we get to, yeah, I'm going to wait until we skip through to the end or the beginning of December, because that's when the wages go out, and building maintenance goes out. Ah, that's another one as well, building maintenance. Okay. Now the building maintenance for the small sheds was $50 a month. So for the two of them, $100 a month. The medium shed, a bit more, it's 120 just for the one. But I can accept that, I'm okay with that. So that's hopefully given you a good idea of where the best way to start, in my opinion. I mean, we're not at the end of the year, we're already in really good profit. Alpaca wool is making us loads of money. And we're now basically, it's basically now, it still has to be strategic because we're not totally out of the woods. Okay, we need more. 20 alpaca does not a farm make. Okay, so we're going to need more sheds, more animals, more training, more staff. We're going to need greenhouses. Our training that we're going to have to do, there is so much. I love to get all of these done because, I mean, ostrich eggs bring in an absolute bloody fortune. Same as on the poultry certificate, and you can have, hello? Ah, here we go. Just pause for a very quick second here. We've got alpaca in love. Now, because there's only 20 in here, there is room for 24. So we'll call the vet, which is 560. Isn't it weird? That shows up as $560. I love that. Nice and consistent. Okay, so we're waiting for the vet. Here comes the vet. Now remember, the vet's cost us $560. to give us 2 new baby alpaca. If we were to buy baby alpaca, 2 of them, it would cost us 700. So that's actually saved us a couple of $100. And like that, they don't take long. This is the great thing. They don't take long. Now, it's about 30 kilos per animal for feed. So the 24 we might have to increase, but I don't think we will. I mean, we will when we get the second shed. For anybody who's slightly older generation will know what I mean when I say my name is not Arthur. But I will have 2 sheds. So 24,000, we can afford to do that. It's when I like to do the building work, or any expensive work, is at the beginning of the month. After you've paid out, because then you've got a month of bringing money in before you have to pay that money out again. So you're in a lot better position now. Oh, there's lots of animal people here. Awesome. So again, we'll do the same. We'll go for the cheapest. Well, 2212, he's definitely the cheapest. Arthur Foss. Now we'll look 2252. I think Ellie may well be the cheapest. No, Isla is. Isla Higgins. That's a very good Irish name. So, yep. So now we've now got our 2 employees that are going to look after the next bunch of alpaca that we put in here. We're also going to go into auto trade, and we're going to double up again. And we're going to and we're going to double up on our resource orders. There we are. So we are all lovely ready for the arrival of another 20 alpaca. How many alpaca am I going to get? I don't actually know. Exciting, isn't it? We have 23,000. That is a bit much. There we go. We'll go for 20, which is 14 grand. That'll leave us 9. We're on the 6th of December, so we've got the time. Okay. And again, select. Always make sure you do that. Select the foodstuffs they're going to be eating. That is so important, and it's so easy to overlook it. This is just to tell me, oh, you've got new animals. Yes, we know. Rehired vet. Okay, so we're now at a good spot. We've got 40 something alpaca. So making loads of bloody noise and really annoying. So I think this is a good spot to leave this first episode. I hope that's given you a little ideas of how to start a farm here on Farm Manager World in extreme mode. Yes, our bank balance looks bad. Trust me, by the end of the winter, it won't. So actually what I'll probably do is we'll probably run this now until we get to the point where we can say, yep, we're going to skip to the next year. What I'll try and do is we'll try and look at doing a year on the farm per episode. So a farming season. But like I say, this hopefully has given you some good ideas. Our next big thing is going to obviously be to improve the owner's house to a medium. So we're going to need 50,000 for that. But when we do that, we will gain another 2 worker slots. Now, one thing I'm probably going to do right now, because we've got good money, is going to come to trading. That's right, we need a silo. A silo is not expensive, but at the moment we're only dealing with alpaca, so what we have on auto trade is enough. Okay, and it is. I think we might be able to put 1 more in, and then that's it. Then you're done. Until you can open up those other 2 courses. Oh, we have more animals ready. Excellent. So we're going to have 44 alpacas. That's now the animals are ready to breed. That will go away, and we now have new animals. That should be another, yep, 22, 22. This is what I say about how quickly they grow. Now we can do the skip. Winter is here, first frost is coming, end of field work. Focus on tending to the animals and repairing machines. Well, we don't do any field work, we have no machines. We have staff looking after the animals are fit, they are healthy. Ah, there we go, that's what it looks like, that's your skip. I must have been thinking, yeah, I think I was thinking of 21. So anyway, I'm just going to pause very quickly. So we are currently on 36,800, say. Skip the winter, now look at that. In those 90 days, we're going to make nearly 120,000. Now, is anybody else noticing this? Farm token, farm token. It's all farm tokens. Down here, dollars. And this is a European map. So we're going to skip winter. We're still on pause. So there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been instructional. I hope it hasn't been too much waffle. In the next episode, like I say, we're going to increase the size of the owner's house, which is now going to be pretty damned easy. And we're going to do we're going to put down the silo, small silo. We're going to do the training for auto trade, and we're going to do the training to get our large sheds. We're going to get 2 of them. This is general plan. We get 2 of them plus all the alpaca to fill them, and for the large shed there's 30 livestock in each plus 3 workers in each. So what I'll probably do is move 1 lot across and then move the other lot across. Okay, that seems more sensible to me. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it this year, which will be in episode 2, which will be next week. As I say, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. It really does help and it is very appreciated. And I will see you again for Farm Manager World next week. In the meantime, thank you very much. Take care and bye bye.